let's finish up the. I'd like to finish up Cavalier EQ on the second account here. We've been doing it the last. We did some yesterday. I'd like to finish it up today if we can. We've got a little bit of we've got some lunchtime stream going. Okay, so it's tech chapter. I like to go with Doc Ock, Mr. Fantastic synergy, and then we'll throw in some other tech champs and someone for the boss. What's up, Aldo? Welcome back. We're going to try and finish this off today. We just want someone for the Mr. Fantastic boss. I think we're going to go with Mole Man here. Actually, we'll go, we'll go the 6-star Mole Man. Yeah, I'd like to finish off we've got one path left, I think, in chapter 3 in each of those quests, and we've got a few to do today in, what is this, 2.2. So what do we have left? Do we have any items sticking around? Okay, so we got something up in there. That's fine. What's up, T Bleezy? Welcome. It's all good. Just trying to knock off. Yeah, this I believe is the tech quest. Yeah, this is the tech quest here. And I like to go with the Doc Ock and Mr. Fantastic synergies to put power stings on. Let's see, who can we have some fun with? Power burn, power locks, do the shock business. So someone like Hulkbuster, for example, is going to be great here. There, done with the power sting. Yeah, it's a phenomenal synergy if you're using any science champions. So you can use Mr. Fantastic either with Doc Ock, or you can also use She-Hulk. And when you put it on any tech or science champion, every time you put a debuff on the opponent, you also put a power sting. So it's great. So here, even if we go with, okay, let's have some fun with Howard the Duck. Here, every parrying debuff, you can get up to 3 power stings. So now when he does throw a special, he's just taking extra damage. So I like to use it anytime. I like to use it for both the science and the tech chapters. After he throws the special, he's going to get the unblockable. That's fine. We can work around it here. And I was using even just Doc Ock for these chapters. Works out pretty well. Debuff, that'll apply the shock as well. That should finish him off. That was like a 44k heavy attack. But the direct damage from Doc Ock is great. I'll just stick with Doc Ock for now. Hulkbuster is also fantastic. There we go, special 2, we get the triple debuff going. It's going to apply the shocks. Oh, so much damage there on that one. And it's done. So just get to a special 2, and it's done. Awesome, T Bleezy. I love some Doc Ock gameplay. And I've got him at 6-star rank 3 awakened on both accounts. This was actually, on this account, Doc Ock was my first and second 6-star. At the time, I don't know if I was the most excited, but it got me playing Doc Ock a lot more, and I really enjoy it. Definitely one of my favorite champs in the game. Look at this. Look at the shocks just building up like crazy because of the passive power gain steal. Look at this. 80 shocks, 90 shocks. There, maximum shock damage. 99 shots. That is a hilarious interaction. Stick here with Hulkbuster for this one. It's great, just apply the shocks with heavy. And Immortal Hulk is done. That was pretty quick. And we're going to go, hopefully we can do this one properly. We'll throw on some extra debuffs just because we have them. And we're going to go Mole Man here. And hopefully we can get this one down in a solo. there. That's fine. We'll work around it, hopefully. I think I messed up that, I was a little too early on that Hulkbuster special 2. If I would have just gone right into his block, I messed it up, I think that's what it was, because I did it from too far away. I think that was my plan, but I was a little too anxious to throw it and threw it too soon. Whoops, now I'm too busy talking. But that's fine. We'll finish off this, we'll finish him off anyways here. I believe so. I believe that's exactly the case. I think the first one has to go right into his block. So if you just airball it like I did there where I completely missed it, then it's not going to work. Alright, do we have any items to grab on this one? No, it doesn't really matter. So we got 2 more paths to do here. Hulkbuster. This is great for this chapter, along with some, I believe, Warlock is really good. There we go. Power Stings for the win. Like a 17k Power Sting. That was fun. There we go, that's a nice one, right into the block. That's how I should do it more. That's faster Hulkbuster gameplay. That special one right into the block ends it super fast. Alright, for Mr. Sinister, I'm going to go with Doc Ock here. I'm not going to have to worry too much, we'll just heal block him the whole time. Drop a nice big special too. And look at that. There he goes. That's a fast one. Let's go Hulkbuster again. really great for this quest. You want to just put the shocks on with some heavy attacks. Build to that special one. Get those furies. See if we can get him to back up. Get right into his block. Massive damage. Couple heavies in the corner. Done. A whole 12 hits. And I've got no boosts on, nothing special. It's just Hulkbuster OP for this quest. That got too greedy there, went for a third heavy in the corner. Done. There, 16 hits. Hulkbuster just plowing away. I know that every month they kind of switch around the Cavalier event quest nodes, but as long as you read them and you know which champions that you know, figure out what champs that you have that work for that month's quest, you can really use it to your advantage. It's not so bad. I know guys don't like to read, myself included, every time there's new nodes. I don't know if I necessarily want to go in and read everything. But here, let's try Mole Man again. If we can get the solo, if not, we can just back, you know, we've got enough backup for it. Everyone forgets to read the notes. Just so much reading. even you know, with Act 7, some of them, like, or 7.3, some of the most annoying new things are the paradox paths in Act 7. But, and again, it's just a matter of figuring out exactly what the node interaction is, and then once you kind of know what playstyle you need for those specific ones, they're not as bad. Similar to this, once you know kind of what the you know, what you want to be doing, what's the best counter. Sometimes you don't have the best counter, you got to find a workaround or go with whatever champs you do have. But if you have it, then it makes it a lot easier. That's true. I agree. A lot of the same champions work, but again, not everyone necessarily has those champions that are kind of ones that work for everything. That's what the issue is. Not everyone's got all the best champions. Oh, okay, we're gonna screw up here. I agree that absolutely there are so many good ones out there. You know, it's just and again, but some don't work perfectly. Like even here, I had Howard the Duck I like for a lot of tech quests. Here he wasn't working. He doesn't really work that great. But like Warlock always seems to work for everything for the tech quests. All right, so we got one more here. I appreciate that, T. Bleezy. Not that I should tell anyone what to do. I just try to give my best advice, I guess. Or get to see, you know, if I screw up, you can learn from my mistakes. Yeah, so we can finish off this last path here, and then we got one path in each of the Icarus and Circe ones. Yesterday I did the Icarus boss with Diablo. I don't know if anyone wants to see that again, or we could go with or what is it? We could go with. Oh, one second. I gotta pay attention here for a second. We could go with the Ronin cheese for Icarus afterwards. That was a nice special 2 into the block. Oh, heal block in 3.1. So what I'm trying to remember, is that the science chapter? Because again, science chapter, I like if you have someone like a Captain America Infinity War or Torch, Mr. Fantastic, and I don't know if it is it. Again, I can't remember if it's the skill quest or the science quest. Which one had the heal block on it? Skill chapter? So I'm trying to think who I typically run in the skill chapter. Mole-Man, Fury. I don't remember having too much trouble in that one. I could take a look at it afterwards. I can't remember what I did for the, what I typically do for the skill chapter. I can take a look at some of the champions that I would use. True, Kingpin's incredible. I've got Kingpin. I don't know if you've seen any of the war videos that I put out. I just put out one with, because I run 2 accounts. Both are mine. Both are legitimate. But I run 2 accounts in the same... Oh, sorry about that. Apologies for that emergency stuff on the phone, even though it's on... I apologize for that, guys. Hopefully it's gone. What I was saying before about the if you see the war videos, I just put out one with 19 fights in it. I can only get 19 fights because of the because I'm running the 2 accounts. Oh, I appreciate that, T-Bleezy. I hope it's helpful. Again, I know I can only do, I'm only really doing path 5 and 9, but at the same time I am doing some of the minis, and I try to do a lot of the boss circle if I can. I typically stick to the middle one, the middle hazard shift stun immune one, typically with Kingpin, and then I usually tag team the right side with someone. But Kingpin puts in a ton of work. That's awesome. I hope he's treating you well. I don't know if you're also doing Path 9. I'm sure he shines in lots of places, especially because you're getting consistent willpower healing with him. And you don't have to deal with any annoying buffs that someone might put on you. He shrugs it off, just makes him that much stronger. And again, for Parth, what are your top skill champions? Because even if you take usually your best skill champions, you should be able to do pretty well. Depends what you have. Ah, there you go. I love it. I don't. Everyone is so worried about certain champions. If I see #metal, I am bringing in Magneto. It's I think that it's ridiculous. I think Magneto and Kingpin are for sure my most used champs of the last few seasons, without a doubt. I used to have to tiptoe around the hazard shift nodes. And again, I know some guys. I watch some guys who do a lot of. You'll see a lot of Ghost gameplay, and I used to see a lot of Quake stuff. Not personally, just not my style of gameplay. I like more guaranteed stuff that also doesn't rely on boosts all the time. Because a lot of guys, even when I see some of the Ghost gameplay, it's really relying on it's really relying on those power boosts so that they can spam special 2s, and I don't usually have those. 6 stones in Magneto. I'd say, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, it increases the energy damage on his heavy attacks. So I don't know if it's essential, but it's probably a nice bonus to have. I'd have to take a look at his signature ability again, but I believe it has to do with the amount of energy damage that extra energy damage you do on your heavy attacks. And since most of the time you're dealing heavy attacks like parry heavy with Magneto building up to a special 3, then it's not necessary, but it's definitely a nice bonus to have. Okay, let's just see here. Sorry, just double checking everything. Alright, we'll just continue to plow away with Hulkbuster. All right. Let's see. We've got. I think we're up to the. This should be the last time we have to do Mr. Fantastic, and then we can do. We've got one more path with Circe and one more for Icarus. So again, I don't know if you. I think, like I was saying yesterday, we did. I think Diablo took down Icarus. So we could either do that again, or we could do. We could do the Ronin cheese with like a 4-star. Sorry, just concentrating here for a second against this boss here so I don't screw it up. Well, I'm sure even I would think that you'd have to have at least one viable tech champion, even if it's not even if you had no 5 or 6 stars and you were still able to do Cavalier difficulty. I would say, you know, I would look to a 4-star still, because you need to be able to at least do the, or at least find someone who can deal the shock damage. So I guess you could do someone like a Doom. Like you need to find other shock champions so that you don't have to deal with, after they throw specials in this chapter, they go unblockable, which could be really annoying if you can't apply the shocks, or at least the power drain. So I guess you could work around it. Wouldn't be the end of the world, but tech champions are definitely going to make it a lot faster. And down goes Mr. Fantastic. So yeah, I definitely like going with an anti-evade champion there. Okay. So again, we can go, let's see. We've got, what was this one again? Double check. Okay, so this is the skill one here with the heal block. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna go here. Alright, skill champions, and so we can go Aegon, let's go Black Widow, and we can throw Kingpin in there, and then I'm gonna bring in Diablo and 4-star Ronin. For boss options. we can go ahead and just build up Aegon a little bit. That's great. I think any like a nice nullify champion, you just kind of play a little bit of stun immune, bait special ones over and over again. It went really smooth. If you don't have any of those champions, then you can just go with the Ronin cheese. I can try and do that. My main account, I think, and it's almost better to have a lower ranked Ronin with a higher Sig ability than a higher ranked one. I think I used like a 6-star Sig 20 and it was not nearly as effective as keeping the stun lock on as even this 4-star rank 3. Special one. There we go. I know Aegon's not the most exciting champion to watch, but at least he gets through it quickly. That's the goal here. We're just trying to do it with speed. I really don't use that the heavy counter that often, but that one worked out pretty nicely. If you prefer to see someone specific that I've got here, then I can do it for sure. Those have been very, very niche, I find. Like, there's not, like, there are champions that you can do it, and it's kind of silly that they're going to make you bring in, like, a 3-star, just to, like a, you know, unless you're lucky enough to pull and rank up a 5 or 6-star Cersei or Icarus, they're basically only giving you 2 champions to work with for 2 of the paths and 3 for the other, so very, very specific counters that are annoying. And especially because that middle path of that current one that they did has like Korg and Terrax, and then even just a Nihilist as a boss alone is annoying. But I don't know if you saw my video on it. If you have a white Magneto, or Magneto House of X, and you use and you bring in #hero, #metal champions, it makes Korg way easier, and at least for the middle path. Unless you want to bring them along for the side paths as well, but at least for one clear up the middle that White Magneto made it a lot easier. I'd prefer to have something like that, so you can get a guaranteed parry on Annihilus. I went through I've got a video with I've done it so far the first 2 weeks, and hopefully today I can check out the new one, and I'll do a run through when we're done here, and I'll try and post that as well. So far the first two weeks I've posted full clears and gave my advice there, but White Magneto to me was essential to getting through that middle path. Makes it much more doable. It also happens to be like a horde fight is something that that I do all the time in Alliance War on Mixmaster, so I happen to be used to that one, but I completely agree that it's extremely difficult champions that aren't necessary, like that the average player doesn't want to see. And again, if you have the viable champions, now again, I happen to have, I think on the video that I showed, I used a 6-star rank 3 Doom and Flare, and not everyone has those. And my second account, I'm lucky to have this account here. I'm lucky to have the Doom. I don't have a Claire ranked up that high, but actually I used Doom and Diablo. They worked extremely well in that quest. But again, you have to have high ranked champions, and again, depending on how long you've played, you don't have them. Alright, would you guys like to see, let's see here. Yeah, and Terrax also, even in the event quest, I did it yesterday, I did it a few times. If you, on that specific node, again, White Magneto was, to me, essential, because then you could parry freely and just play Terrax pretty normal. That made it a lot easier. I don't know if anyone, I know I did the Diablo solo yesterday. I'm going to try the Ronin Cheese and see if it works for me today. If it doesn't, I'll go back to Diablo. So we'll go Ronin Cheese right now. The goal is to try and hit into his block. Build him up to 10 energize. There we go. Fight should be over. I think I got this Ronin. It's only a rank 3, but he's Sig 99. So I'm going to get tons of power gain back. And this is just a walk in the park. Anyone can do this if they have a Ronin. Sig him up and go to town. Almost done. Bone and cheese for the win. So there you go, 187 hits, but we finished with a full yellow bar, and that one is easy. So many buffs, easy for... it's not so bad. Alright, and we got our last path of the day is going to be all mutants. So we're going, and again, we were looking before at, there's a question about Magneto's SIG ability. Yeah, so he doesn't lose as much health from a single source, which is great for when you do get hit. Also get some block penetration, and yeah, everything. It's just, I don't know if you necessarily need to put a ton of SIGs into him, but he's definitely benefits from it. So we're going to go all mutants for the whole quest. I'm trying to think, maybe we'll just throw on... I don't know if that's... Yeah, we can throw Magneto in there too. So I think this will just be our last one. And I think we can open up a 6-star after this. I think I already have enough to open... I should have enough to open up a 6-star at the moment. Right? Is it just one path that we have left? Yeah, path G. Double check here, and we're just going to go with Apocalypse to start. Get a nice big special too with APOC. Let's go ahead and throw another special there, Mancock. There we go. I not to be confused, we just share a name. I'm not necessarily the same Joel that you are thinking of. I appreciate it though, and a lot of people tend to think so because it's such a phenomenal name that I was given. But I will still gladly help you. But if you have any questions, but I don't believe I'm the same Joel as some people think. That's okay, man. I have no problem. We just share an awesome name. I can't argue with that. I don't know if my knowledge will be as good, but I have been playing for a long time, and I try to help out as best I can. Widow is done. Alright, so now I also want to build up Professor X if I can. Again, if you have these champions, great. If you, you know, we can still do workaround, like Archangel is who I'm going to use for the boss, and so I'm just trying to give myself as best chances to do the most amount of attack as fast as I can. So I'm going to ramp up Professor X as well here. I'm going to turn Archangel into a horseman for the final fight. That's the plan. The Horseman buff, so depending on who the champion is, if we take a quick look, if you make certain people, like if you have certain synergies, specific synergies, then you can see the Horseman will do certain things. So for Archangel, he has his own just synergy, but then if they're a Horseman, then you also get additional neurotoxins. In general, you can just make anybody a horseman, and like if you make any mutant a horseman, you're gonna make them they're gonna become bleed immune. They're gonna get prowess, increasing special damage by 50%, and they can go unblockable for 2 seconds when the opponent purifies a debuff. And once per fight, when you get hit, you have an unstoppable. So you can any mutant that you make into a horseman gets those abilities, and then but then if you use someone who specifically has a synergy with Apocalypse, such as Archangel, then there are additional bonuses as well. I like that. Makes your champion a superhero. Can't argue with that. Let's go Cable for a fight here. Clip there by that unblockable special too, but we're done here. All right, what do we got next? Cyclops, Heimdall, and then we're done. Oh, thank you so much. I also was able to do a few more paths in variant afterwards. I went in, grabbed a whole bunch of revives, and then took some annoying paths. And the extra revives definitely made a difference. There are a number of places where you can farm revives in general, but they're not. But the Act 2, 3 stuff that now you can kind of go through much shorter paths, quicker with less energy usage, and there's some energies there. I think I did one. I think 3.2.2 has been a gold mine for me earlier today while I was working. I just had it going on auto fight. And I think I had a path with 2 revives, followed by another path with 2 revives again, one with an energy refill. It was just littered with good stuff. 700 revives to do Abyss? I don't know about that. On my main account, I've done Abyss 100%. On this count, I've only done it once. I'm not even thinking about doing the rest of it. But I did do I think it was path 3, where I went through. You can find, there is a playlist on my channel with how many revives I had to do for each fight, and I think it was just on path 3 I did, where I recorded all the fights. And I believe it was in the 120 range by the end of it. 700 would be more than that. Again, that's for one path, and there's 5 paths. So, yeah, maybe 700 you could do 100%. I don't think you would need 700 for one run through. And again, if you have, but again, I wouldn't go into Abyss without the ideal champions. The Digicloak, in terms of, it works twofold. It's when you hit into a Guillotine 2099, you're going to Digicloak is mainly for when you're fighting against her, not as an offensive ability. As an offensive ability, it's just a backup in case you get hit. You can go and have your Digicloak. When you're fighting her, you want to either use a special or a heavy attack in order to remove the Digicloak temporarily and then attack into her. And then you can do so freely without screwing up, without getting hit by her, or use someone who can't miss if you're fighting a Guillotine 2099. Okay, so here we're at the final boss for the last time. Hopefully we don't mess this up. We're gonna, again, use the Horseman pre-fight, and we're gonna go Archangel here and hopefully not mess this up. I think because I didn't get that initial parry, it's going to be a little tougher, but hopefully we can get through this. neurotoxins there. Again. Don't think we're gonna get this one done. No, we got screwed up at the end. Oh, man, that initial parry. If I could get the initial parry, then I can get that no problem. But we should be able to finish this off easily. Yeah, it's that initial parry right at the start that kind of screwed me up there. There we go. But the idea is still there. If I got the initial parry, I think you can eliminate basically all those chances for her to get those buffs and the glancing and all that stuff you can eliminate from the beginning. When it doesn't work like it did there, I was kind of... then she was getting... I wasn't getting... I couldn't shut her down completely, but... Okay. So let's see if we've got anything worth opening. And then we'll have to then we'll call it a day. So we can do... I don't know if I want to save up for another featured 5-star. I've been at horrible luck on the featured 5-star. So, and then again, I could also, I don't know if a featured 6-star is worth it either. I already have the Hercules, so that would be awful to get a Hercules there that I've already got. Granted, Spider-Man 2099, and Penny Parker and America Chavez would be nice to have. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go 2 basics. So let's give it a shot. We'll go 1 basic 5-star and 1 basic 6-star, because you guys have stuck around, and we will call it a day. And then I will take a look and see what I can find a nice counter there for APOC in the new Cataclysm. I'll do that afterwards, and then I'll probably post a video for that. Alright, X23, nothing super exciting there. 6 stars do I have in general on... I'd have to count them. I can show you what I have here. This is my second account. My main account might have a few more. So, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So quite a bit. Oh no, I know. I've got tons of stuff that I can do. 1 second, I'll grab that. But I still want some. There's still some nice dupes that I could look for. Ugh. Should we do the featured? We can do the featured if you really want. Not that it really matters. I think most of my go regular. All right, we'll go regular. I think we stick. I think I haven't had great luck. I don't want to get something terrible. Ugh. Granted, it could be awful either way. Shang-Chi's in the basic, so that would be a nice pull to have out of there. So let's go. Let's do it. All right. I don't even want to look at it. I guess it's not... I always end up with champions that... I have tons of 6 stars. But this is... It's nice, Okay, I'll just make sure that it's up on the screen there before I say anything. But at least it wasn't one of those Iron Fists there. I can't really complain. We just had a really nice showcase of 5-star Hulkbuster, and that tends to happen every time I get a good 6-star or a good 5-star that I have it maxed out. Then I get the 6-star, so I can't really complain. He put on a nice show today, but that's going to be it for me. But at least I've got another 5,000 6-star shards, so I can build up to another one pretty quickly. So thanks for hanging out guys. Hopefully I'll get into that side quest shortly, see what I can do for that APOC in the new Cataclysm quest, and I'll throw something up hopefully by the end of today. So thanks a lot for sticking